What would you do if you were in a car accident right now? Do you know what steps to take? I'm an insurance nerd, a licensed property and casualty adjuster with over 8 years of experience, and I've helped thousands of people avoid costly mistakes after accidents. Today I'm walking you through a step-by-step guide on exactly what to do after a crash, from the moment of impact to filing your claim. Today we'll cover 5 crucial steps to take immediately after an accident, the one mistake that could cost you thousands, and how to deal with insurance companies without being tricked. Make sure you watch it till the end, because I'll also reveal the number one thing that people forget to do after an accident, and trust me, it's a game changer. Okay, let's get started. The first thing you need to do after a crash is check yourself for injuries. Your adrenaline will be pumping, which can mask pain, so take a deep breath and do a quick scan. If you feel pain, dizziness, numbness, stay still and wait for help. Moving too soon can make some injuries worse. If you have passengers, check on them as well. Ask if they're okay and if they feel any pain. Even if they say they're fine, reminded that injuries like whiplash or concussions might not show symptoms right away. Next, check on the other driver, but don't assume responsibility for the accident. Simply ask if they're injured and if they need medical help. If there are any injuries, no matter how minor, call 911 immediately. Paramedics can assess the situation and provide medical attention if necessary. Having an official record of injuries at the scene can also help with insurance claims later. Even if no one appears injured, it's still a good idea to call the police. A police report will document the details of the crash, which can be crucial if there's a dispute about what happened. Some states require you report accidents under certain conditions, so having law enforcement there is always a safe bet. Once you've checked for injuries, it's time to assess your surroundings. If the accident is minor and your vehicle is still drivable, move it to the side of the road to prevent further collisions. Turn on your hazard lights to alert other drivers, and if you have emergency cones or flares, set them out to increase visibility. However, if the crash is severe or if your car is not safe to drive, leave it where it is and move yourself to a safe area, preferably a sidewalk or a parking lot, while you wait for authorities. Avoid standing between vehicles or near moving traffic, as secondary accidents can happen. If it's dark outside, use your phone's flashlight or keep your hazards on to make yourself more visible. The key here is safety, both yours and that of the other drivers on the road. Gathering evidence is quite frankly one of the most important things you can do after a car accident. The more details you collect at the scene, the stronger your case will be when dealing with insurance companies. Start by taking photos and videos of the entire scene. Capture multiple angles of both vehicles, showing the damage, license plates, and the surrounding area. If there are skid marks on the road, broken glass, or traffic signs nearby, document those as well. You would be surprised how these small details can help prove what happened. Next, exchange information with the other driver. Get their name, phone number, address, insurance company, policy number, and the make and model of their vehicle. If they seem hesitant, remain calm and polite, but insist on giving their details. This is a necessary step for your claim, and in some states, it's required by law after an accident. If there are witnesses, ask them for their contact information. A neutral witness can be an absolute game changer if the other driver disputes your version of the events. When the police arrive, make sure you provide them with just the facts, but don't admit fault. Even if you think you may have caused the accident, simply explain what happened and let them determine responsibility. Request a copy of the police report or find out how you can obtain one later. It's also important to note that insurance companies can also obtain a copy of that police report. Once you've documented everything, call your insurance company as soon as possible. Many policies require prompt reporting, so don't wait too long. When speaking to your insurance provider, stick to the facts: who, what, when, where, and how. Do not say "I'm fine" or "it was my fault." Even casual statements like these can be used against you later. Instead, describe the accident objectively and provide the evidence you collected. Ask your insurer about the next steps, including filing a claim, getting a rental car, and covering medical expenses if needed. If your car is damaged, they'll explain the process of getting an estimate and repairs. If the accident was caused by another driver, their insurance company might contact you for a statement. Keep this in mind though, you are not required to speak to them. In fact, it can be best to let your own insurance company handle communications to avoid being misquoted or pressured into a low settlement. After an accident, it's important to listen to your body. Some injuries like whiplash, muscle strains, or even internal injuries don't show symptoms immediately. If you start to feel pain, dizziness, headaches, or stiffness in the hours or days after the crash, consider seeing a doctor. It's also worth noting that some insurance company might not cover medical expenses if there's a delay in seeking treatment. So if you're experiencing discomfort or unusual symptoms, getting checked out sooner rather than later could help you avoid complications down the line. If you do visit a doctor, keep all medical records, prescriptions, and bills. These can be critical for an injury claim if you need to seek compensation later. Now let's talk about the number one mistake that could cost you thousands after an accident: failing to follow up on your claim. It might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be shocked at how many people think that once they file their claim and handed over all documentation, their work is done. But that's far from the truth. Insurance companies are businesses. They're in the business of paying out as little as possible. If you don't keep track of your claim and stay proactive, they'll delay it, lowball you, or even deny your claim altogether. In fact, nearly 1 in 5 drivers say they've had to fight to get their insurance claims fully processed, according to a study from the Insurance Information Institute. If you don't stay on top of it, you could easily become a part of that statistic. Here's what often happens. Insurance companies are required to respond within a legal time frame, but if they've tried to contact you multiple times and got no response, they may close your claim. They could assume you no longer want to pursue damages, or even worse, claim you're not cooperating, which could result in a denied claim based on your policy's language. Staying proactive with regular follow-ups is key to avoiding this. Insurance companies are generally fair and reasonable, but they might overlook important details such as your vehicle's package, upgrades, or other factors that could increase the settlement. Don't accept their first offer. Negotiate. It's often just a starting point, and you're entitled to make sure you're compensated fairly. So what should you do? After you file your claim, check in with your insurance company at least once a week. Stay persistent and ask for updates. Whenever possible, request written confirmation of any details or decisions made so you have a paper trail. Don't accept the first offer. Compare to actual repair costs and medical bills and push back if something seems too low. If the insurance company is delaying, denying, or offering an unfair settlement, consider consulting an attorney. That might be the best option to make sure you get a fair deal. Remember, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. The more proactive you are, the more likely you are to get the settlement you deserve, and avoid paying out of pocket for damages or injuries that weren't your fault. Staying on top of your claim, keep pushing for answers, and never accept the first offer. That one simple step could save you thousands in the long run. If the accident is minor and your vehicle is still drivable, yes, move your car to the side of the road to avoid blocking traffic or causing another accident. Just make sure it's safe to do so. However, if the crash is severe or the car can't be driven, leave it where it is and wait for authorities. If the other driver is uninsured, your uninsured motorist coverage, if you have it, should cover your damages. It is crucial to check your policy before an accident happens to understand your coverage. Many people think they have full coverage but don't fully understand what it actually covers. If you don't have the right protection, you could be left paying for repairs out of pocket. If you're unsure about your full coverage or what it includes, check out this video where I break down what full coverage actually covers and what it doesn't. It's an important distinction that could save you a lot of trouble down the road. You should report the accident as soon as possible, ideally within 24 hours. Many insurance policies require prompt reporting, and the sooner you contact them, the better. Waiting too long can affect your claim or even cause it to be denied. Not necessarily, but if the accident results in serious injuries, a disputed claim, or you're dealing with an uncooperative insurance company, consulting a lawyer could be a smart move. They can help you navigate the legal side and ensure you get a fair settlement. Another common yet crucial mistake is not documenting the scene properly. This includes photos, witness information, and the police report. Without solid evidence, consider this: your claim may not hold up. Always take as many pictures as possible and get every detail you can from the other driver and any available witnesses. Car accidents are unpredictable, but knowing what to do can make all the difference. So let's quickly recap. First, make sure you check for injuries and call 911. Your health and safety come first. Next, get to a safe location. Avoid further danger by moving your car and yourself out of traffic. Document everything. Photos, videos, witness information, and a police report will help protect your claim. Make sure you call your insurance company as soon as possible. Report the accident, but choose your words carefully. Reassess your health. If you find that after the accident you're still feeling unwell, consider seeing a doctor sooner rather than later. And finally, don't forget to follow up on your claim to make sure you're treated fairly. If this video helped you, make sure you hit the like button and consider subscribing for more insurance tips that can save you money and stress. If you've been in an accident and you want to share your story, put that in the comments below and let us know what the hardest part of dealing with insurance was. Thanks for watching, and as always, drive safe and stay covered. We'll see you in the next one.